We want to be able to, get it right from the beginning. Now, what are the objectives of this training? The first is to help understand the importance of new club development in the community. Number two is to acquire understanding of the recruitment methods and tools needed for new club recruitment. Number three is to gain knowledge on conducting the informational and club. Number chartering process, because there's a process to club chartering. It is not about just gathering people and starting a process and saying that I have 20 people, let us charter them already. There is
Manchester.
So
Now, Marcel, please unmute and continue.
I was muted. Okay.
Marcel, please unmute and continue.
Okay.
Thank you.
So why organize new clubs? They benefit the community, because as much as we think there are many, we are not serving all the communities available to serve. If you recall, at the beginning of the Lions year, when we had the first cabinet meeting, I listed areas where we thought between myself and the DG, where we thought we can have more Lions clubs. So when we went through that, it shows for us that there are places we have not reached. So there are communities to reach. They provide new service opportunities, because because of those new communities, you now have opportunity to do more things in those communities. Then, of course, you have to fulfill unmet needs, make a difference, of course, rejuvenate membership, and develop new leaders. Now, what are the formats? What kind of clubs can one form? I know we know this, but let me just go through for the benefit of those who may not know. The traditional clubs, which we know, what we have, most of the clubs we have are traditional clubs. Then we have the campus club. Then we have the Leo Lion clubs. We have the club branch, we have the virtual club, and then we have specialty clubs. So it's not just, some of us have heard about specialty clubs. In fact, before we have had the GMT specialty club, which I was last year. And then there is also club branch. All these are avenues or possibilities of having new clubs. If you look, some of these clubs are easier or cheaper to form. For instance, there's a traditional club. Why? Traditional clubs, you will need about 1,600 to charter it, plus or minus. You will need probably plus or minus $480 to charter a Leo Lion club. So you can see there are differences. Then you also have the campus club, because there are all kinds of what do you call incentives to charter campus club, to charter Leo Lions club. The conditions will be clear for us. For a Leo Lion club, for instance, all you need is to have 10 Leo who want to be Lions. So if you have 20 members, only 10 of them are former Leos. They will not be charged, all the 20 will not be charged entrance fees. Only annual dues, the remaining part of the annual dues paid at the time of chartering will be paid. So you see how cheap it is. Because of the 10, the other people get advantage. So there are advantages to each of these methods of training, which I will not go into details right today. The new club development has a process, actually. What are the process? There are the process has about 4 steps. Okay, let me tell you. Let me go into the details of what each of those clubs, some of them require. For a new Lions Club, you need 20 charter members. You need district approval. You need charter fees and certification. You need club sponsor. You need to complete the charter application. And then, no, in Nigeria, we don't need the employee identification number. Sorry. For club branch, you only need 5 branch members. 5. Elected branch president, elected secretary, and elected treasurer. You need the parent club approval. Then you need a completed application form. So there are 4 steps to club development in the club development process. The first one is to develop your team. The second one is discover or find out areas of opportunities and site research. That is finding out where you can have a Lions Club, looking at the area, looking at the demographic of that area. Then number 3, promoting the club and recruiting members. Then number 4 will be the informational meeting and organizational meeting sessions. Now, why do I have to highlight this process? Because sometimes when we are assured the DG we are going to charter club, we will have identified the area, or maybe you find somebody stay in an area and you gather people already, and then you say they say the process. Have they paid their dues? They paid their dues. So all this process sometimes is muddled. It's not clear. But we are talking of a standard way to forming a club. Like you don't know an area, but you now discover this area is a veritable place to form a club. Then this process becomes very, very, very good process. So that at the end of the day, when you are doing the informational meeting, which is actually the meeting to show them what Lions Club does and all that, you will have been able to identify the place first. You will have been able to determine, develop your team, the team who are involved in club development process. Who are the team? So who are the DG team involved in the process? Then, which area of opportunities exist in the district? Then you have to go to that area to promote the club. It takes action. It takes work. Like going to the area to market the club by sharing flyers, inviting them to a meeting where you can have them to discuss with. You invite as many as possible so you get a few numbers to talk to, who you can talk, because you can't discuss everything you want to tell somebody on the road. Everybody pretends to be busy. But if you invite as many as possible by giving them a flyer and letting them go, anyone that gives you an audience to talk to him or briefly, then you are able to get people gathered together who you can now take to the informational meeting. So if you go after the informational meeting, you now go after the informational meeting. The next thing, those who now come after the informational meeting are your members or potential members. That's when you now do the organizational meeting. Discuss more about the Lions Club and what they do. Elect the officers, pro-tem officers that will start the Lions here, charter the club, charter president, charter this or that, you do in that meeting. So after that, you begin to, from that first meeting, you tell them what is involved, that they are going to pay. Don't ever delay the information or paying too late. Because after you have invited them and they come that meeting, you need to tell them that you pay dues. These are international clubs, and so you pay dues internationally, you pay dues locally, so that they will know that it's not from day one. So people that come after that, you know, that haven't known that they pay money and haven't asked you what kind of money it's involved, and they still want to serve, then you have your potential members. Now, step 1, develop your team. New club development takes a team effort. It's not a one-man effort. Today, I'm the GMT coordinator. They call me coordinator. It means I have people that I should be coordinating. If I'm a coordinator and I have nobody to coordinate, then it means that I'm a one-man committee, and that doesn't work. Team members should demonstrate a passion about being a lion and a commitment to the entire club formation process. The following lions are instrumental in the new club formation process. Members of the district global membership approach working group. The district governor is also involved. The GET is also involved. The guardian lion for the proposed club is part of the team. The first vice district governor is part of the team. And members of the sponsoring Lions Club, they form part of the team. At the beginning, the whole of guardian lion, first, and the members of the sponsoring club may not be there initially. But as you begin to go through the process, as you are getting them to come to meetings, you also the DG and the team will be thinking of which club can sponsor the new club. So from there, you are going to get the sponsoring Lions Club. Then, of course, from there you get the one of the two guardian lions. So the expectation, what do you expect from the guardian recruitment team? What do you expect from the recruitment team? To attend in-person training where possible, participate in a minimum of 1 recruitment day, attend internal informational and organizational meetings, support new club in all formation efforts. Sub-teams serve as the team that support the recruiting in the field. The members should be divided into the following sub-teams: the lead team members, the field team members, the ground team members, and the response team. What do you mean? You mean for the lead team, the Contact Lions Network via phone. Okay, yes. What's the responsibility of all these people? Lead team, Contact Lions Network via phone and email. Those are the people you are inviting should be able to contact. You call the DG, for instance, if he picks your phone, you call the DG GMT team coordinator, he can answer you and ask every question. You understand? Then set up appointment with leaders. If you are doing a team in a blind way, you are going into an area, a new area, you will be talking of where is the local government local government, where is the PHC, that is primary health center in that area. All kinds of offices that are major that you can make contact with in order to be able to move, to penetrate the area you are talking about. And these people, these lead team members, should be organized, tech savvy, be able to answer the phone and be able to use the telephone and be able to, they should also have a strong writing skill to respond to issues as they arise. Okay, the field team, they develop a plan for outreaches to key community and business leaders. Visit business leaders and ask them to join Lions or attend informational meeting. And when you do that, you post informational meeting flyer in high visibility areas and at businesses. You can drop some flyers in a popular supermarkets in the area to get people who come in to pick and see whether you can get as much people. And these team members will be social, professional, with professional demeanor, and quick thinker. Strong interpersonal skills. Then the ground team members you develop a plan for outreach of community, set up promotion stations in the community, invite community leaders, and participate in club service projects. These people also should be social, professional, with a professional demeanor, and strong interpersonal skills. Then the response team, conduct follow-up with prospective members, keep new members informed about meeting times and updates. This team, what are the qualities? To be organized, tech savvy, comfortable on the telephone, and strong writing skills. Step 2, areas of opportunity and site research. Now, this area, to determine an area of a club for a club is a key component to starting a new club. A new club development community needs assessment. You need to do, actually, a new club development community needs assessment. It can help with determining the best location with the most immediate needs. Now, just like you've heard this when you are talking about community needs assessment concerning projects, is also very important and key when developing a new club. Which area? Would it rather be this side or that side? Which one needs a club? The following should be considered: size of the population, local project possibilities. You see, you're talking of the size of the population, the local project possibilities, current service clubs or community organization, groups of people not being recruited by a Lions Club, locations of nearest possible Lions Club, community with young adults, women, diverse communities, and other underrepresented groups. You see, when you consider all these things considered, you will discover that anyone that takes much of the points is a veritable ground for new club formation. So far, are we okay with where we are right now? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Somebody said he wasn't hearing me. Is it better now?
You are moving too fast.
I'm moving too fast.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. You know, I've had code through the week, and yesterday and this morning, I wondered how I'm going to go through this lesson. If it's something I can postpone, I will have. But I thought to myself, when soldier is in one front, they cannot complain of any code or anything. So I'm like, okay, my voice, is it high enough? Is it, am I going too fast or going slow? Thank you for reminding me. Where do you think I should go back to so that we can flow? I want this to be as clear as possible. Are we okay with when I started discussing the points?
Yes, I think you should just take it slowly from now.
We were
with you all through. Just that before we write anything down, another point, in case some people are jotting down some points. Yes.
Okay, all right. I apologize. Okay, so step 2, continue. Conduct site development. The purpose of site, like I said before, is to evaluate the needs of the community, gauge the feasibility of charting a club, and gather other pertinent information about the community. The following community leaders and activities should be part of the research. What kind of community leaders are you talking about? You know, I mentioned a little bit of them. For Lagos, for Nigeria, we don't have mayor, but you can say the local government chairperson. Another community leader, the CD, is it CDA? CDA community chairperson. We don't have grassroots chamber of commerce. Otherwise, you will say the chamber of commerce in the area. School administrators. Principals of school. You may find some teachers more to join. Or you are talking of a superintendent, a local district education authority. Those ones are there in our localities. Officials from law enforcement area, the police. Does anybody think that we don't have police? We have police in the current Lions Club. So how did we? They just came in. We didn't market them. We can go to the police station in the area and market them. The DPO will allow you. Go there and be talking to the young junior officers. Go there and ask to see the DPO. The district crime officer. All those higher people in the office. Then they will allow you to see their rank and file. That's it. Don't go to any office and be looking for the lowest of the wrong. When you see at the gate, start to talk to gate man. No. Go in, ask for the yoga. And when they allow you in, go direct. There were some people at that level don't have time. Yes, they are calling another person. So that is where you hear me mention it soon. Elevation speech. We have done a lot of that when we are doing marketing in recruitment. Elevation speech that it helps you to in a summary terms, describe what you came for. Not too long story, because when you talk story, they'll tell you yes. And don't come there when you meet people at that level. I used to make the mistake before. I came yesterday, I didn't meet you. I now came this morning, and now I have been at the gate. That is not important. What is important is to say why you came in the shortest possible information. If he now wants to ask you questions, let it be that it's him that is making you explain. But when you deliver your message, deliver it succinctly to the point. Then he will now say, okay, do you pay dues? You talk. Do you do this? You do. You talk. Do you understand? So it is not you that will now say, they begin to say so much stories that will give you problems. Don't talk about the many times you have been there that is not able, you couldn't see you. Okay, what are the possible recruitment locations opportunities that exist? Okay, you can, here we don't have it like also there's veterans meeting. We don't have it here. In America, it happens. Churches. Who said people in the church don't join? Community centers, social or civil group. Do you know that it's possible to convert make a social group a Lions Club? If you said to them, excuse me, if you said to them, why they can serve better if they join Lions Club. For people who join Social Club, they are looking at how to help the society. You now tell them that there is an international way to join a volunteer group that is serving all over the world, that you can do the same in this your local district. They may begin to consider it. They can say, okay, come to our next meeting and talk to us. So you have hit a jackpot because you are going to find 20 members at least in one fair swoop. Colleges, for us, it's difficult. Our students cannot afford the dues. You understand? But if it's outside this country, students can be members. Local businesses, a big pharmacy that is employing pharmacists. You have people, the owner of the business can be member, or the pharmacists that they are employing can be member. Abi, is it not possible? It is possible. I might say too fast. Step 3, promoting the club's recruitment. Promoting the clubs and recruiting members. This is where, assuming it's an area, like I said, we are talking of a virgin place. No club is there. Not where somebody has already started his paid work. So it means that in all this process, there's a place you can fit in. Because there are some places, clubs now, information, who have already gathered people, who are already waiting for them to pay dues. So you see, the process from the beginning no longer apply. But you need to now determine where to now apply the process in order to put them in line with the process. Yes, they have done the first process. They have done the second part. Is it okay? Okay, they have done the first process.
Yes, go ahead, please.
You are now in the third process. So the third step. So you can determine, oh, they have already done the first step, they have done the second step. So it's not in every case you start from the first step, but that is really the real process. This is the standard process of club formation. So the reason we are taking this lesson is individuals making effort to start a club. This is the process. You can invite us to come and speak to them. You can at any point in time, but you yourself, you you should understand the process you are executing. Okay, getting the words out about the new club is important to the successful formation of the club. So in that place where you are forming a club, you now in that area begin to share flyers. And see, recruitment, club formation is not a small deal, it's a big deal, really, if you want to form right. Recently, we've discovered that the newer clubs are prone to problems than the older clubs. I don't know how that's come about, but the reason is that probably we did not follow the process. And so you have gathered people who do not really understand whether they pay. Okay, at some point you didn't tell them they paid dues. At the last point, where you now tell them to pay dues, some of them will now be withdrawing and stopping the process. I have 2 clubs where people now started jumping out. So when you mention to them how that they pay dues, and this is what is involved in the payment of that dues, they begin to back out. Because from the beginning, you didn't make it known to them that they pay dues. It's like you want to ambush them at the end of the program, so they don't want to be part of it. So you need to know that this where, what, and when. Okay, the who is potential members. The where, you can use email to tell people, there is social media, ads. You can do this to use this site to advertise clubs, advertise in areas, and then radio ads, community bulletin boards. If there is any in your area, hardly is it in Nigeria, most people, but there are 2 places where you have those kind of things. WhatsApp groups, digital community groups. The WhatsApp group you are a member of, you can post that you are forming a club in this area. Is anybody willing to join from the group? I don't think they will say you have, especially if you take the permission of the group. And that is when you begin to talk of the elevator speech. And then you will begin to talk about current clubs service project. It helps to inspire people. Then when that is where you talk of the informational meetings and the canvassing meeting. Informational meeting is actually where you tell them about Lions in the short term, because when you even gather them in a place, they're also eager to go. So make sure you quickly go to the point. Don't engage them too long. You probably can engage too much to provide refreshment. But aside from that, you must make sure you hit the nail on the head and get who want to register. Make sure you share the link to register, or share the flyer paper to register their phone number and their address to read them later on. Now, promoting clubs, write the perfect elevation speech in 5 steps. This is where you are supposed to, if it were a workshop, I will ask you to write so I can read them. But you can do something. Step 1, what do you need? Be your goal. What are you looking for? You want to form a club, isn't it not so? Explain your solution. Step 3, explain what makes you different. And step 4, deal. Step 5, polish and practice. So, if that in 3 minutes, write an elevator speech. And this is not the first time you are hearing of it. Is it correct? Am I correct to say that? This is not the first time you are hearing of elevator speech. Having a great elevator speech is imperative, which should last 20 to 30 seconds. And it must be interesting, should be interesting and memorable and succinct. You have to make that speech very, very catchy, in a sense, make people that catches their attention to begin to interface with you. What do you mean by this? What is that this? What is that this? Oh, you said they pay dues. How much do they pay dues? Zero is not free. No, you begin to answer the questions. Like I said, when you meet somebody, like I said, meet you must deliver that speech quickly, and then allows him to write to ask questions in order to prolong the deal. Otherwise, you will have finished, and then you ask, can you give me your contact so I can invite you to our next professional meeting so you can hear more about what we do? Or do you give me your WhatsApp number or your email address? For people like that, that's what you do. The way you can write an elevator, these steps that we have given. Can we do it? Because the final step is polish. Write it, polish it. That is, you write it, you read it to yourself. You don't like it too much, you change the words you don't like, you change it to another word, and then you practice it. Because don't forget, you are not going to be looking at your writing material to read it to the prospective member. So you must learn to say it off head. And how you say it off head, how you get polished, done doing it off head, is when you practice it, and then of course you can deliver it. Now, having a great elevator speech is imperative. The speech should like I said below, let me give you an example. Lions are men and women who make a difference every day, everywhere. With more than 1.4 million members in over 200 countries or geographic areas, Lions aid the blind, visually impaired, assist youth, feed the hungry, address global epidemics like diabetes, answer the call when disaster strikes, and make a strong commitment to filling all community needs throughout the world. I repeat, Lions are men and women who make a difference every day, everywhere. With more than 1.4 million members in over 200 countries or geographic areas, Lions aid the blind and visually impaired, assist youth, feed the hungry, address epidemics like diabetes, answer the call when disaster strikes, and make a strong commitment to filling all community needs throughout the world. How does that sound to you? If you have a comment, can you just open your mic and tell us how you feel about that? And if you want me to repeat it, say so, please.
On the side.
I did not get that. Your line is just breaking and returning.
Sorry, please, can you repeat it? Good evening, sir.
Okay. Lions are men and women who make a difference every day, everywhere, with more than 1.4 million members in over 200 countries or geographic areas. Lions aid the blind and visually impaired, assist youths, feed the hungry, address global epidemics like diabetes, answer the call when disaster strikes, and make a strong commitment to filling other community needs throughout the world. Does this summarize what we do as Lions well enough?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Yes.
Okay. So that
yes,
is the
it does.
idea is that
yes.
This, you can write it differently, you can organize your words differently, but it should have the same impact. So assuming you are meeting people who pretends to be very busy or actually very busy, will this speech disturb your meeting? Is it too long? No. It's short enough, direct, and you have given the information. It's not him that will say, is that all? Okay. And begin to ask you. So you people, you feed people free of charge. Yeah, we do. You give them an example of the one you did recently in your club, and so on and so forth. So that's how it works. You must learn to write. You write it, because if I say cram this one will be, you will not be cramming. But if you write it by yourself, you may be able to remember more. Maybe more than when you have to put somebody. So you are taught to say what lions do in as short as possible, giving enough information in that 20 to 30 minutes, 30 seconds speech. A valuable part of being a lion is the benefit offered to members. What are the benefits of being a lion? Because you may be asked. Because don't be surprised. That busy executive may just ask you, okay, what do you gain? Because they will say, Nigerians, before they will do something, they must be gaining something. Do you understand? They may ask you that. What do you gain? You must be ready to answer. And what kind of benefit are there? Don't go and say we travel as your first this thing. Make a difference. Serve with pride. Build your network. You build your network. You get to meet people you have never met before in the Lions program. You gain Lion credibility. You develop new friendship. You show your leadership. You receive global support. Free personal development classes, like you do with Lions Learning Center. Become a part of a legacy of an organization, with more than 100 years of service. Now, I repeat them. Make a difference. Don't you make a difference? Serve with pride. Do you serve with pride or not? Build your network. Is that correct or not? For some of us, you will discover that 80% of your friends are now lions. You will discover that that's it. Most of because you meet people at meeting, at this, at program, at this, you discover that there are a few of your friends who are not in that lion circle, you hardly see them often. Gain lion credibility, develop new friendships, show your leadership, which we do. Every year we change leadership. The president that was president last year is no longer president. A new president is in town, a new sheriff in town. Is that not correct? It's an opportunity for a new person to showcase their leadership style. Receive global support. Rather than begrudge somebody for their leadership style, learn from their leadership style. There are things to learn. Because at the end of the day, 1 year, it is over. It's another person. You know, let me not say this. The people in the ministry will fight me. Because you don't see them fighting each other. Even when they say their guy is somehow, they won't say anything. Because they are waiting for their turn. So why don't you adopt that kind of posture? It will soon be your turn to be president too. So those things that you find not too good in the current president, you can correct them in the next president. That is not all. If you find anything good in somebody, a person cannot be thrown away. Don't say because there is one particular thing is not good, and therefore when you come in, you change everything. No. It's still an opportunity to learn and improve yourself. Okay? Free personal development classes on SCI. Like this one that we're having today. I don't know whether you paid money to DG. You didn't pay to me. We just invited you and you came on board. It's free. Become a part of a legacy of an organization with more than 100 years of service. By 2017, we clocked 100 years of Lionism. So we are in the second, what do you call now? Second 100 years now. We are on the march to meeting it may be small yet, but we are on the march. That's how it started. When it started in 1917, it was a one step at a time. And it got to where we now celebrated 100. By the grace of God, it will celebrate another 100 again, making it 200 years. Are we still good?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Thank you.
Yes,
Step
yes,
3.
we are.
Step 3, we have the recruiting charter members. How do you recruit? Where do you recruit them from? We have mentioned just a few already. The recruiting members is the most vital part of developing a new club. Recruiting will. I think we have shared this during club officers training severally before, and it shows a recruiting will. It shows the kind of it's a circle of opportunities that you can exploit in order to gain new members. Everyone is a potential. If you take it that everyone is a potential future lion, something to contribute to a lion club. That recruiting will is a circle that has community leaders, relatives, friends, neighbors, religious affiliates, local professionals, and people you do business with, and colleagues. So those is arranged in a concentric circle, having those part of this, all of them making part of the circle of seven wheels: community leaders, relatives, friends, neighbors, religious affiliates, local professionals, people you do business with, and colleagues. The recruitment wheel is an effective method to compile a list of people who could be invited to join the club. So if you look at this circle of people around you, you'll be able to come out with a list. Can say in my neighbor, okay, there's somebody, you are a lion already, so you know the kind of people we look for to be lion. People who can, at least they can pay their big dues. So you look at it, this guy is a potential lion. So take out the potential people you need to invite. You look at your church, your professional group, your neighbors, your friends, your relatives. You know your friends. You know many of them because of how they have even tasted you. Are you like this? Like, what do people gain them? You mention to them, you see that they are not interested. You already know. But there are some friends you can invite, and you know they can be potential lions. They are relatives. Not every relative can be a lion, but there are some of the relatives you think can make a good lion. Then community leaders around the area, and so on and so forth. How will we recruit? There are different ways. Combining leaders by making informal visits. That's when I said you can visit the DP of a police station and see whether they are interested, and so on and so forth. That's canvassing. Then people recommended by other lions or key community leaders. Then you have group conversion. Meet with an already existing established group, like I told you about social club. Meeting with them, schedule a meeting with them, and see how many can become, or whether the group itself can become a Lions Club. Social media recruiting, post information about new club being formed on multiple social media sites, and see how many people respond, because you will have put a form there where you say they should respond if they want to. Then another method is to form a small group, that the branch development. First develop a branch in a place, and then before you now use that branch as your basic platform to now enter the area. You have 5 members in an area, you now use your, people have been using it before. Some clubs have used it before. So you can think of that. 5 members, recruit 5 members in a place and start a club. Now, because there are few members, they become a part of a branch of an existing Lions Club. And later, you can now make them, use them to now grow or as an inroad into that era. Then, what are the recruitment tips? Canvassing. You have to dress appropriately, but don't wear Lions vest. Some of us wear Lions vest to everything. I attended the DG's investiture, and I saw somebody wearing he dressed very well and wore his Lion vest. Was the first thing I just walked to him and told him in his ear, remove this your vest. So don't wear Lion vest when you are going to do that canvassing. Start at the top. Talk to manager or supervisor. The Oga, I told you, Don't wait longer than 10 minutes. If they keep you too long, you can leave. Don't carry too much literature. Obtain clues from their office for talking points. When you are sitting with the secretary, say, Yoga, is he patient or you can know? But again, if you have your elevator speech, it helps a lot to soften the ground. Now, step 3, continue. What kind of materials can you get? You can order materials from membership division to aid your starting a new club. Visit the Start a New Club webpage, and using the QR code, you can order anything you want from the membership department. Recruiting charter members. Each day, collect new members' information and leads gathered from each team and put them in 5 categories. Early adopter. There are people who, from the first contact, they are already sold. Do you understand? But there are people that they have interest, but they have not made up their mind. So you call those ones high interest prospects. Then the group 3 is other prospects. Then group 4, possible prospects. Group 5, not interested. So assuming many of you are involved in the recruitment process, if you gather information from them, you'll be able to determine which group to place people. You understand? Early adopters means is quickly completed an application and paid the charter fee. That's rare, but it can happen. What you need to do when you see that person, somebody has already paid that first early adopters, you send a letter of congratulations with the date, time, and location of the first club meeting. High interest prospects may come to a club meeting but did not complete an application. Send a letter inviting them to the meeting, to the next meeting. Other prospects may be interested but could not attend a club meeting. Keep on the mailing list and contact them following the first meeting with an update on the club's progress. Continue to invite them to get involved. Possible prospects. Listed names of possible people who may be interested. Determine a time to contact them in person. Then, not interested. Express no interest in joining at the current time. That means they have expressed no interest in joining at this current time. Keep them on the mailing list for future projects and events of the new club. Now, this helps. You know, when we formed the Leo Lions Club in Benin, it was metropolitan. Using my contact, we got Leo Lions that were many, and we formed a group for them. Some people jumped out the very first day. Some came back. Some were there. We now started explaining to them why we put them in the group. So you now find that they were there. Even at club formation, some of them did not go ahead to pay, but we did not remove them from the group for a long time. That's still giving them a long group to draw. You don't give up on anybody that easily. They may not be interested. When they say that you are posting project, they may not be interested. Excuse me. So that is how to go. Are we still good so far?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Step 4, informational meeting. Potential new members should be invited to the informational meeting to learn more about Lions Club International and the impact the Lions Club can have on their community. So now, this is a formal meeting, but it's an information. When they say informal, it's not that it's an informal meeting. It's actually informational meeting. It's an informational meeting. So you have prepare for a meeting, conduct the meeting, and post-meeting follow-up. So what do you do preparing for the meeting? Set up the room, dress professionally, not Lion Vest, like we said before. Provide name tags for attendees if you can. But have a welcoming committee welcome them into the meeting venue. That is preparing for the meeting. At the meeting, welcome the group and do introductions. Introduce the Lions present overview of Lions, inform new members of cost. You hear? First of all, we said present an overview of Lions. The next thing is to inform new members or prospective members of cost. You see that they are not waiting at all. You don't wait at all. Ask clubs to think of projects. Give next meeting information. Collect clubs charter fees, those who are willing to pay. People will now begin to say, okay, no, I'll pay so they give us the account number. Or those who ask for account number may not actually eventually join, but at least they will find something to leave that venue with. You will have made progress. Ask new prospective members to invite their friends and family to the next meeting. What they did not put here is whether you should provide refreshment or entertain them. I think it's necessary. Okay. Now, there is what you do after the meeting. We have talked about what you do preparing for the meeting, and then what you do conducting the meeting, and then you now say, what do you do after the meeting and follow up? Send thank you email to all attendees. Send follow-up email to prospective members who didn't attend. Post flyers about next meeting and send meeting reminders about next meeting. You see, it's so quiet about how many have paid, how many it's expected that during the meeting, you will have tried to collect some dues. Before the next meeting, you will have collected much more. And then at that next the post, you will now tell them there's another meeting coming up. And ensure that you give them the notice, both those who attended the last one and those who attended, those who did not attend. It's very important. So all this ensure that you have a strong chartered club. Once you do this, you are on your way to having a very big chartered club, a strong chartered club. Organizational meeting, step 4. Excuse me. You know, I told you in that step 4, you have step 4, you have informational meeting and organizational meeting sessions. Now, part of that is this same step 4, you have, I'm not going to talk about the organizational meeting. I will also look at it along the line of preparing for the meeting, conducting the meeting, and post-meeting and follow-up. So, what you do preparing for the meeting? Set up the room, dress professionally like no vest, provide name tag for attendees if you can, and have a welcoming committee who should be there before they come. Of course, I didn't mention it before. So this is exactly the same thing as the informational meeting. The difference is going to show now. Conducting the meeting. Conducting the meeting. Welcome the groups and do introduction. Review project ideas and choose 3 projects or 5 projects. Explain the club chartering process. Complete the new club application online at my SCI with club sponsor. Set new meeting dates. Now, what it did not show here is who or at what point do you get their information. You know, you have gotten them at that meeting, informational meeting. You can now share the club application. It wasn't mentioned. Individual club application, member application form, or you can send it through their WhatsApp to them. Make sure everybody gets it. They fill it, they return. You will have gathered the information that is required to fill in the new club application. So you see the difference. And between then and now, the club, the DG team, the GG, the GMT team will have talked about the area, the club that should likely to charter, and then the guideline. So those now be determined. That is back end, as you say in computer. Back end is not discussed on the face of this what do you call this presentation? This presentation, because this back end is what the GMT they do at the back to form the club. Like choosing a name is part of it. You know, choosing a name is very important, and so on and so forth. Then post meeting for a follow up. Set up new club officers, online training, encourage new members to continue promoting club to build membership. Follow up with individuals who showed interest but didn't attend the meeting. If this organizational meeting is done very well, this is where you elect the charter officers. If the gap between the informational meeting and the organizational meeting is sufficient enough for you to get, members enough to form a club, then at this organizational meeting, you elect a club officers, the charter officers. Continue recruiting. That you have elected officer doesn't stop recruitment. I mean, in fact, even after chartering, even the LCI recognizes this. That is why within 6 months of a charter, you can still add new members, or you can still add charter members. Within 6 months of charter, you can still add charter members. So it's not those who were chartered on the day of approval from the district. The day the approval was made in SCI, that is only the charter member. They can still give you time, 3 months to 6 months, to add members who will also be charter members. So it's not closed. Now, the details of this, one of the other, there is also the training on informational meeting and organizational meeting, which we will do later on. So I don't want to dwell too much on this now. Let's move forward. That is it. You are at the end of forming a club. Submit charter application. The following club names. Clubs must be considered, okay, the following must be considered before naming your new club. Club names, okay, naming of the club. The clubs must be known by the actual name of the municipality, of the community, as so to say in our case. This is a town or city or village or similar official government unit where that club should be located. It's very important. Let's say I want a club to be tied to a particular, we don't want a club to be hanging in the air. Because at the end of the day, where will you be having your projects? Are you going to be doing your project in the air? Then distinguishing destination. This is used to provide clear identifiers of the club in the same municipality. So if, for instance, you have all the clubs in the Ikorodu, we are named Ikorodu, Ikorodu, Ikorodu. Is there any difference? How will you know one from the other? So you have to be having a Diamond or Doyen, or because the first club was actually Ikorodu. I'm sure at that time they didn't know that they were going to be another club. They were just Ikorodu before they became. They now said, having been bettered many clubs, they now said they are Doyen of Ikorodu. So it's very important that you identify your club with the community or municipality as the records show. Lions Club cannot be named after a living person. Naming restrictions. No Lions Club can add international in his name. You can't say Ikorodu International Lions Club or Yaba International Lions Club. No. So you see the restrictions. It's very important. These are things you now have to address before you finally submit the application or the process of submitting an application. Application submission. The following people can submit an application online at Lions Club International: District Governor, GMT Coordinator, GET Coordinator, Coordinating Lion, Sponsoring Club President, Sponsor Club Secretary. All applications must be submitted online at Lions Club International. Lions Club, www.lionsclub.org. Club sponsor. All clubs must have a sponsoring club or district. Members, because somebody cannot, a club cannot be on its own. It has to be inside the district, and then it has to be sponsored by another Lions Club within the district. Membership size. The club should have a minimum of 20 members. If under 20 clubs can, clubs can start as a club branch. Guardian Lions Club. Clubs should identify a minimum of one guardian lion. Ideally, it should be 2. And the prerogative is for the district governor to appoint the guardian lions of the club. 10 plus lions. Okay, there's another proviso which may not apply to us. This district that charter 10 or more new clubs in a fiscal year must submit documentation on clubs support to SCI. Like I said, our target is to form, well, if we form more than 10 clubs, we are bound by that 10 plus clubs. I've gone through it before as cabinet secretary. Fees, dues and discounts. It's important that new charter club members understand that there are some fees and dues associated with Lions Club membership. The first one is international dues. They are billed semi-annually, pro rata. What do we mean by pro rata? $48 per year divided by 2, equally divided into 2 equal parts. Club dues. This we decide the dues amount to cover international dues and district dues. So a club is allowed to charge dues that will allow them pay international dues on behalf of the members and pay local dues on behalf of the members. Both local means both district and multiple district dues. They are encompassed into the local dues that you pay. Then the recent fee is a one-time fee paid by all members, unless noted below. I will show you how. There are some waivers. I'll show you now. Discounts. That discounts may apply. Family. One family member pays full international dues. Each additional family members pay 50% of international dues. Student members pay 50% of international dues and no entrance fee fees up through age 30. Transfer members pay discounted entrance fee if they were in a club over the past 12 months. Leo Lions pay 50% of international dues and no entrance fees up to through the age of 35. So there is a proviso in that one. If you are more than 25 and you pay 50% of international dues and no entrance fees through age 35. So if you are more than 35, you will pay your entrance fees. So if you consider all this, it then means that you are on your way to chartering your new club. Once the clubs have been approved, because when you send the application online, they approve it. Charter must be sent to the district governor to present during the charter night celebration. Once it has been approved, charter night celebration, the club should plan the date of the charter night with the sponsoring club. The sponsoring club should usually help with the planning and funding of the charter night celebration. Charter members, all members joining 90 days. Okay, sorry, that's information I gave. All members joining within 90 days of charter will be considered charter members. Yeah, that's a correction for me. I said 6 months, not up to 6 months, 3 months. 90 days is divided by 3, 30 days. It gives you 90 days. So any new person joining after charter can be considered a charter member also. Charter dates and charter nights are two separate items. The 90 days of charter members status is based off of the charter date. If the charter night occurs after 90 days, all members joining the night are considered regular members. Now, when the club is chartered, it's different from the day you do your charter night. Sometimes it takes 3 months again for you to charter. Sometimes it takes 6 months for you to plan your charter night. So that way you have lost the chance. But if during that process, that 90 days after the charter night, that is the charter day, that is the date on which the club was approved for charter at SCI, you will know because the thing is approved and the DG will communicate that your club has been chartered. That is the date they are counting it. That's what you need to know. Continued club development. Now that you have chartered the club, like I said, if it's even possible, that even 90 days after charter date, you can still add new members to the charter. So it means that, like I alluded to the other time, I said we left members who did not pay on the WhatsApp group we created for a long time to give them a chance to want to join later on. And indeed, some of them eventually join. So it's a continued process. Once the club has been developed, it's important to continue to develop the club to ensure that the club is strong and viable. The following help with club development: sponsoring club assistance, available to provide assistance as needed to the new club, visit club meetings and provide counsel to new club, Guardian Lion support the club for 2 years, attend club meetings and provide counsel to new clubs. Transition of power. New clubs officers will begin to take control of meetings, activities, and delegate responsibilities to other new club members. Then, continue members recruitment, creating social media pages, Facebook and WhatsApp, to help continue to promote the club and allow members to share ideas. Charter Night. It's a special event celebrating the beginning of a new Lions Club. During the event, the club is presented with its charter, and Lions from the surrounding areas have the opportunity to show their support. Generally, the sponsoring club assists the club in organizing the event. Well, there are awards. You know, in Lions, awards are our badge of honor. If you do something, don't be surprised. I'm sure for most of us who are Lions here, most of us Lions, we know that the awards are our things that entice, and Lions SCI will not forget to do awards. All kinds of awards are available. Extension award presented to 2 Lions who assisted with the development of the club. District Governor Extension Award awarded to district governor who charter 1 or more clubs in their district. Family membership banner patch given to the club who has 10 or more family members at the time of charter. New club sponsorship banner patch given to the sponsoring club for chartering a club. Campus banner patch given to the sponsoring club for chartering a new club. Club branch award, club branch liaison receives pin for supporting the club. Mission specific awards, mission 1.5 are other awards that are there. What are the materials or recruitment things that are, or materials that are available in the SCI pages? New clubs, club extension kit, charter members application, hello brochure, recruiting poster, Lions Make a Difference brochure, your family can make a difference brochure, Lions live with purpose. Just ask members recruitment guide. Key points to remember: understand the needs of the community. Whether the needs of the community is understanding the needs of the community is the first step to successful club formation. Building a strong new club support team which help to retain new members and create a healthy club. Relationship with community officials and business owners support clubs and aid in club promotion. A well-planned international meeting and informational meeting and organizational meeting leaves a lasting impression on new members. So you have to organize it very well. You have to let it make a difference or make a mark in their mind so that they can come. Remember, you are trying to impress, so you have to plan to impress. SCI program staff are available to provide support during the entire process. Show your passion for service and have fun building a new club or building new clubs. Service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth. Muhammad Ali said so many years ago. Service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth. Some of us are staying in more than one room. So you can imagine how much service you need to pay for a full house of 3 bedrooms and a sitting room. Thank you. Any questions, please? You can put on your mic now. Let us interact. Hello,
thank you so much, facilitator.
Hello, sir.
Thank you so much. Yes, we are here. Lion, I would like Lion Chinyelu to please moderate in the question and answer so that we can have it.
Okay, okay,
Hello,
my
I
dear.
have a question, ma'am.
Please,
Yes, for Lion Chinyelu.
please, if you have a question, could you raise your hand? Thank you. Lion Marcel, thank you so much for taking us through the training. I can see Lion Vera's hand up. Lion Vera, please go ahead and speak.
Good evening, my district governor, Lion leaders. Thank you so much, our GMT, for this very insightful training. It's shed a lot of light on a number of gray areas, and I'm sure that we're better equipped, to keep up with recruiting. The clarity I just want to get. So when a club is being chartered, people are brought together and the new members are known as charter members. So I recall at the time we were chartering the club here, I engaged Joyce and I said, how come the sponsorship of those new members, right, was not being recognized? So she tried to explain to me that they're just known as charter members. So, but the clarity I want to get, what if we now say that after the club has been chartered, right, you still have a 90-day window for more people who join to be known as chartered members, then how does the recognition go for whoever the sponsoring Lion is? Because if they're just going to be recognized as charter members without the sponsorship being attributed to any particular Lion, right? What's the incentive for Lions to go get more people? Thank you.
Well, okay. Vera, thank you for your kind words. Let me say, As I usually, when I take on membership, I usually say that recruiting, having a growth plan is always the best thing, rather than have a retention plan. It's better than having, in fact, let us say a retention plan is to really have a growth plan. Now, what do I mean? I mean that recruitment is a continuing business. Okay, assuming you charter a club with just 20 members, and then within the year, about 5 members have traveled out of the country. And they are willing, because of the process of settling down where they are, to continue immediately. Are you not falling short? Suddenly, a 20-member club has become a 15-member club. So the incentive for continuing to have new members added is good. The incentive for the new member is that he's also part of the, don't forget, I told you that when I gave you example, those are people, those may be people who were there during the process of trying to charter, but they did not become, not all of us have the same, we are not all fast fingers. Some of us are slow fingers. So they are delaying making their decision. They are weighing their finances. They are weighing their timing. And then you have started and they like the project. They now decide, okay, let me join. Is that not good for you, the organizer of the club? And don't forget, when you are putting them now, nobody says it cannot be, they will not be sponsored by any club, any member. Because I can't say that for sure, that if you add a new member, because it's a charter member, it cannot be sponsored. No, I didn't say that because I don't have that information.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, GMT. I have Lion Mejindad's hand up. Could you please speak?
Thank you, ma. Good evening, my DG. Good evening, my GLT. Thanks for this training. My question is still on the chartering club. I want to ask, if you have a charter club, and after a month or so, let's say before 2 months, and we have a member transferring his membership, existing member of the Lions Club, transferring his membership to that charter club, the new charter club, can that person still be regarded as a charter member of that club? Existing Lions member that just transfer his membership to that newly chartered club. That I want to ask.
I would say yes, because don't forget, even at the charter, the first instance of charter, I remember transferring from another club can become part of the charter members trying to charter a new club. I've seen it. Do you understand? It has happened that, a member of an existing Lions club joins the Lions club at the time of charter. It's possible.
Okay.
It's possible, yes.
Okay, my GMT, yes, I can confirm that that is possible because that happened when we moved from Anthony Simon to form Anthony Emerald.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, Lion Akiosho, I can see your hand up. Please speak.
Good evening, my DG and fellow Lions, senior Lions. I want to have a better clarity because I don't know if the question first asked is well attended to. The question I think she was asking is, you know, when you sponsor a new Lion, there are incentives attached, either patch or whatever. But don't forget, in filling the form and filling their registration, there is no space where it is written that a name is attached for the sponsorship of those new chartered members. That is what we're talking about. Imagine you brought in 8 new members as a new club. Your name is not attached. That is what I was trying to clarify. Please, Lion Marcel.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
that's okay. 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 Let me answer like this. I will imagine that a club that has already been chartered, even though it's within the 90 days window, we have to feed the new members application. Because we are going to, now what we are going to do is to go to the website, go to your club account and add a new member. And when you're adding a new member, it's not the form now, it's you that is adding member. And by the time you're adding the member, there is always option for sponsor. I will imagine that. But let not end it here. I will confirm and give you an answer. Because that's what I imagine. You will go to the website, you want to add a new member. And then, even though it's within the window, they won't say, oh, where is the charter form? No. The fact that it is still within the 90 days window ensures that it will be regarded as a charter member. But it can be sponsored by somebody, which you will indicate by the application that by the time you are adding the new member.
My good Lion, maybe we will take it. No, maybe we will take it offline because this really doesn't clarify it. I think it might be a policy at the headquarters, right? But the point we're trying to make is, so sometimes people are more given to particular tasks, right? Maybe they have their strengths in certain areas. So if you've got people together,
yes,
right? You're probably looking out to see that that has been properly noted. So what I found out was, oh, they are simply noted as charter members. Do you understand? So the fact that whether one person brought 15 or 20 or whatever seemed irrelevant. That's what we're trying to explore. But we can take it offline so we don't also overly extend the meeting. Thank you.
Yes, but before we go, let me just see. Okay, your club is a new club. Is it past the 90 days window?
Yeah, we passed 90 days just a few weeks ago. Yeah.
Okay. Were you able to add any new member within the window? This is now, so that we know how it works.
No, we had done.
It's not part of policy, but
no, we had done 20 as at the time we're being chartered in April. So as a matter of fact, about 2 new members that we needed to add up, I just deliberately waited and I said after the 90-day cycle, right? Yeah.
Okay. Okay. This will have helped us now. Assuming you attempted to add your members through the website and it doesn't give you the window for you to put this Lion, that will have been able to confirm to us what exactly happens. As for policy,
let's even clear with the 20. But let's take it offline, sir,
yes,
so that we don't extend this. Yeah, let's take it offline. Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, Lambert.
Okay, my DGMT, we have a question on the chat room from Lion Kojo Anthony, and he says, what are the disadvantages of chartering a club in the twilight of a tenure?
There are no disadvantages. It is one district. It is one that you have a different district governor coming in who was also part of the DG team. It makes that there is always continuity. It's like, what is the advantage of bringing a new member to your club when the president is going? You bring in new members all the time, and they are accepted insofar as it's the same club and it's an ongoing concern, like you say, for business. So there is no disadvantage. There's no disadvantage because don't forget, at the beginning of the Lions year for the district governor, there are targets that he or she sets along with with LCI as to how many clubs he will charter, how many new members he will bring in old clubs, and so on and so forth. In areas of GLT, the trainings, how they're going to be organized. So you are looking at meeting those targets. So if you are going and you have to charter another club in order to, you have only met your 50% of your target. If you charter another club, you meet another, you will increase it, and so on and so forth. There is nothing that is wrong with chartering club even on your last day. Insofar as it's fully chartered. Because don't forget, by the time he enters the next the person that enters the information on the club today is not going to be able to work on it by the next day. So until the last moment, the DG team are allowed to achieve their target. The target are not set to be met by December, by January, by March or April. So nobody should say, "Oh, I said you are going. Why do you charter a new club?" The club that
okay,
I see now.
Thank you. Okay, my DGMT, we're having more questions coming in from the chat room, but maybe let's take one more from there before we go to the raised hands, if you don't mind. So the next question is from Liona Detobo Adebusola, and the question is, my question is, what is the disadvantages of putting on our Lions jacket when canvassing for a new member to join the association?
Well, first of all, wearing service activity jacket, they call it activity jacket. It's not a recruitment thing. Some people don't like uniform. Do you understand? Some like uniform. You don't want to assault anybody who may not like uniforms by the way you are wearing your uniform. And I say, is it how I will be wearing uniform? Do you understand? So that's the first reason. The second one is that the activities jacket that you wear when you are going to conduct an activity is not to be worn for DG's presentation or one for club recruitment and membership recruitment, etc. and C.
Okay, thank you, my DGMT. There's a follow-up question or comment from Lion Kojo Anthony, and he says most charter members are made to pay charter fees and dues in May, and by July 1, same members are being asked to pay dues again. Most charter members get confused and see it as double payment. This is a comment. Okay. But I don't know, you may need to speak to this as well.
Okay. In actual fact, it shouldn't be so. Because even payment of dues, if you check it now, there is a graduated fee payment. But in July, the full money. By August, it has reduced, prorated. It's actually a prorated fee monthly. So if you divide 48 by 12, if you divide it by 12, you see how much you pay monthly. So by August, for instance, you are not supposed to have to pay the 48 again. You are supposed to pay less, and so on and so forth. That's how it's supposed to go. The only thing that is not graduated is the entrance fee. It just depends on how you communicate this. Some organizers, they are not able to separate the fact how the dues work. The dues actually work monthly. So if you are now charging the club by January, for instance, you are effectively having the first dues. They are not going to charge the new member dues from July to December. No, they are going to charge the dues from January to June 30th. So likewise, you should transfer it to to the prospective new member. What has not been done before is the districts, because you find that the districts do not prorate their dues. You understand? But I know that most times districts waives the district dues for new members, that the new clubs that are chartered within the year. It just depends on what the DG does. Otherwise, you are not supposed to pay for back dues that you are not a member to pay. So apart from calculating for the entrance fee and the unspent or the unexpired annual dues, months remaining, you shouldn't be at then what you will charge for the local running of the club. Then you shouldn't be charging more. It just depends on us who are organizing the clubs to be well aware and know how to charge your new members.
Okay, thank you, DGMT. I have an advice from the GET, District GET, and she says when a club organizer has already been recognized as the club organizer, they shouldn't delay adding new members for the purpose of getting accolades. So this is an advice for everybody, every club. Once the club organizer has been recognized, you shouldn't delay adding new members. Yeah. Okay, I can't see any other hand up.
Okay, my DCS, Lion Joyce Akpata hand was up a while ago. I just wanted to confirm if what she wanted to say has been said, or she has just dropped it for time's sake. So if there's anything we are going to learn from it, we can get it before we close the...
Before we close, okay.
Okay, my DG.
My DG, thank you very much, my DCS, and thank you for a brilliant presentation, Lion Marcel. I think what I was going to refer to, GET had mentioned around the club organizer, because typically when you're chartering a new club, you know, I know before now, you used to have at least 2 club organizers acknowledged as club organizers and given you know, recognition for that. I don't know if it's still 2 or 1 on the new system, you know, and once you do that, there's no sponsorship attached to each individual Lion, because I mean, that has already been acknowledged as you've been, you know, rewarded or awarded whatever recognition for being the club organizer. Then, I mean, I wanted to also speak to the issue around dues. You know, I mean, what in my club we have done in the past, because when you're registering a new member, you have your standard new member registration, we charge $100. So what we have done is, if you're registering towards the end of the Lions year, you know, your next Lions year, your next dues does not become payable till the anniversary of your joining. That's the way we managed, you know, the situation.
Okay.
Because, you know, it's a bit untidy sometimes if you pay registration in May and then July we're telling you pay again, you know. So what we've done is to say, okay, your next due will be on the anniversary of your joining. That way we know that whatever it is before the end of the new Lions year, you would have also paid your dues as well. Yeah. Thanks. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much, Lion Joyce. Lion Franklin, I can see your hand up. Please go ahead and speak before we round up.
Yes, my DCS, thank you, ma. Okay, thank you, ma. I wanted to throw a little light on what we discussed earlier. I'm sorry I'm taking us back a bit. I just want to throw a little light based on the experience I had while I was chartering our new club. Now, within the 90 days window, any member that you add there will not be tied to a sponsor.
Okay.
Within the 90 days window, any member you add to a club will not be tied to a sponsor. It is seen that any member that is added there is part of the chartered group, is part of the chartered member. And after the 90 days window, any other member you add no longer becomes a chartered member, but now becomes a registered member. Now, at that verge, after the 90 days that you are adding a member, you can now tie them to someone sponsoring them. You can now tie them to a sponsor. But within that 30 days, within that 90 days, any member you are adding to the club, even if it is brought by someone else, cannot be tied to a sponsor. And then furthermore, let me add to what we were saying just lately. For the members, if you are adding a member, say in June, that member is going to pay a joining fee. Obroke will charge that member pro rata. That means that within the few days that the member has joined to end of June, the person will pay those few days. Then in the next year, which starts from July 1, it's a new due entirely. It's a new dues entirely. The person is expected to pay an annual dues, irrespective of whatever he has paid to join in. That's what I just want to add. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for your contribution. Lion Marcel, would you want to recap or summarize before I hand over to my DG?
Yeah, okay. Thank you, the DJ. Thank you, everyone, for being attentive. I hope we all had taken time to fill out the attendance register. There was a link sent to the chat room for you to take a time to register, so that we can note your acceptance at this meeting. Now, as I said earlier, this is just about chartering or developing new club. Like I said, there is a process. Yes, every time we charter a new club, we may not have to go through all the process. Maybe somebody has done something before we came in, before you are notified that something is happening somewhere. But the ideal process is what we have discussed. And what does it do? It helps us to have a good club that has a good foundation. Laying a good foundation is always good for the sustainability of the club. And we must spare no weapon, nothing, to make sure that we form clubs that are enduring. It's no use. This DG forms a club, and next year the club is gone. And the DG will announce fanfarely that we have a chartered new club, and we will clap and congratulate those who made it happen. And then next year the club is already having a problem. And the best way to avoid it is to make sure that they have a good foundation. And wherever process we have started already, it can be taken over and be made right. So that before you now begin to put bricks on top, you know that these foundations are good. And chartering a club is not the end of recruitment. Even old clubs, you are supposed to have a growth plan. What do I mean? What is your plan this year to add members to your club? Remember, there is incentive for new members that you add to your club this year. And the clock is ticking. Do well to make sure that your club meets the targets and surpasses it, because there is, for those who are asking of the incentive for adding new members, yeah, I'm glad that your clubs are already old clubs. So therefore, bring in new members, as many as possible. You will get the reward accordingly. Thank you very much. DG, you still have something to say?
Thank you very much, Lion Marcel. Thank you so much for the time taken to take us through the topic for today. Like you rightly said, you need to still come back and for a follow-up and more information.
Yes.
Okay, as regards the aspect of this training. I want to thank everybody that made it to this meeting, or this training rather. I know we have lions from all the other districts. We appreciate your presence. Thank you for everyone that asked questions and those that listen attentively to work on something. The attendance at this training is very important, and out of the 55 that attended, you have only 28 people that are registered. Now, one thing again you need to know about your attendance and you filling the register is that it is also used to evaluate clubs. So your clubs will be getting a plus mark for you to attend this particular training. It's a plus for your club when we are doing the assessment for appreciation. So please take time to register, click on the link and fill it. Is the normal information that you pass across. And everything has actually been said. I just want everyone in District 404A3 to know that a lot is expected of us. If you're a club president, you are just a club member, zone chairperson, region chairperson, committee chairperson, and you have attended this training, there is need for you to take it back to your club. Because we are not just being rated here, we are also rated worldwide. We are being compared within our district and we are compared outside our district. So for now, I wish every one of you a wonderful night rest and a pleasant sleep. When we wake up tomorrow, I'm sure we'll be strong and easy. Thank you for paying attention and have a splendid night rest. Good night, everyone. Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, my DJ.
Good night, my DJ.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, my
Good night, my DJ. You have a wonderful night rest, ma.
Good night, everyone. Bye.
Good night.
Good night. And thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for accepting my cracked voice due to cold.
Good night,
you were eloquent enough, sir.
I'm sorry about the non sharing of my slides. It will not happen again. I will do well to update my stuff. It shows that the GLT has not been engaging me for a long time. Excuse me.
Sorry, yes, okay.
Good night, my DJ.
Good night, everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Please fill the form before you go. If you have one. Please, it's important.
Good night.
Yes. Good night.
Form. Where is the form?
And Franklin, post again, please. To make it faster. Post the form again.
Okay. I've seen it.
Thank you.
Yeah, but we're reposting, so please go ahead and fill out the form.
Good night, my DJ.
Good night, good night, good night.
Okay, I have 33 participants so far that have filled the form.
Yes. Try to fill the form, please.
Much more than that.
Just try to fill the form.
Yeah, it means some people still haven't filled it.
Yes, so I'm still on it. Sorry.
Please fill the form. That is evidence that you participated.
Yes, sir.
Is there going to be a certificate of attendance awarded at the end of this? Just curious.
We can think of
and that question is coming from you.
Is it that we do it now?
I'm wondering why the question is coming from him.
Don't mind him. He will see something.
Somebody's hand is up. Lion Fumilola Dada.
No, it must be hold on.
No, it just came up. Aha, okay. Dropped now.
Okay, it's gone now.
Like this, yes, you should have just asked her to also close her eyes, so we know that she is dancing up and closing her eyes.
So I'm true. I've filled the form.
Okay. Thank you, Lion Kemi.
Thank you so much. Good night.
Good night, dear.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Second vice, you are there. Thank you for attending. Second vice district governor is there. He didn't say any word.
Okay, Lion Franklin.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I guess you can shut it.
You can go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, ma'am.